Okay, so Season 5 is live right now in the game, and basically it's a rerun of Season 1. So basically you're gonna get all of the content from Season 1, all of the weapons that you could get, everything from that Season 1, you can get them right now on Season 5. Now, for veteran players, this might not be a big thing. As a fact, there's nothing to get on it for us veterans because we already got everything, right? But for new players and return players, this might be huge. You can get basically what you have missed pretty easy just by leveling up season. And on this video I want to point out one of the weapons is in fact one of the best looking weapons, which is called the Dark Winter. This weapon not only looks good, it also performs really well. Now, the reason why I think there is a lot of new players and return players to the game is because I did make a post on my community tab on the YouTube channel asking how many of you guys have gone over like a specific amount of SHD level, and I saw many of you still under 500 SHD. That tells me either one, you are new player, or two, you are return players. Hey, hello everybody, my name is MacGuns. Welcome back to one more Division 2 video. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit me with a like, I would appreciate. Subscribe for more, and let's get into this. So the Dark Winter is a named SMG coming from the regular Vector SBR45 ASAP. Now, as I mentioned, you can get this weapon by leveling up your season tracks, and you get it as a reward on level 30. Also, you get the named weapon skin, Dark Winter weapon skin. Now, since the beginnings, this was and this still is one of the best looking skins in the game. This is how it looks, and also the Vector itself, you know, it's one of the coolest looking gun in the game, right? So the skin just spice things up and make it look really nice. The base weapon damage on this gun is 40.4k damage. On this build I have 71.7k. The RPM is 1200 RPM, which is one of the highest RPM in the game, only the Vector has. The mag, it's 45 after you apply that 20 rounds from the extended magazine, so the base mag will be only 25. The core attribute is going to be SMG damage and critical hit chance, which is what comes standard on an SMG. Then on the attribute I did have this one drop with damage to target out of cover, and this was all maxed out. So this is one of the best weapons drop I got on my game. As you see, I never changed anything on this weapon. This weapon dropped just like that. So needless to say, this was a pretty lucky drop that I got in the game. The talent on it, which makes this weapon a named weapon or a special weapon, it's called the Perfect Killer. Killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 50% critical hit damage for 10 seconds. So if you're using this weapon on a build, I recommend having a lot of critical hit chance. You want to crit a lot, you want to make sure you're killing your enemies with some critical hit damage to activate that 50% critical damage for the next 10 seconds. The good thing is that this talent will refresh every time you kill an enemy with a critical hit. So if you are going on a kill spree, you can actually keep this weapon talent activated for the most part when you are killing. So as I mentioned, the weapon shoots pretty fast, but because an SMG, I feel like it's pretty easy to control. Plus, using an SMG, you want to be on the face of the enemy. You want to be close, you want to be destroying your enemy on close range. That way you are taking advantage of the SMG weapon type. And this build that I'm going to show you guys is going to be perfect because it requires you to be close quarter combat to activate and take the most advantage of this build overall. So the build that I'm going to be using to show you guys this SMG in action is going to be this build right here, which is a build focused on the gear set Hunter's Fury. Now, first things first, before I show you guys the gears, the specialization that we're using on this build is going to be the Gunner. Honestly, the specialization, you could use anything else, it's gonna depend on what you want, but on this build and what I'm trying to achieve, the reason why I'm using the Gunner is for two bonus from the skill tree. One of them is the 10% armor on kill that you can get from the skill tree, and the second one is the 5% rate of fire that you can get after a kill, so bumping our rate of fire a little bit higher from the 1200 RPM. Now, going back to the build, as I said, I'm using the Hunter's Fury. So Hunter's Fury is a gear set. Once you equip 2 pieces, you get 15% shotgun damage and 15% SMG damage. Just by that, you are getting a lot of damage to your build. By equipping 3-piece, you get 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill. That right there is gonna add up to that 10% from the gunner that I'm using, and it's gonna be a 30% armor on kill. Now on the build we have 1,661,000 armor, which will be rounded out to 1.7 million. So with that said, we're gonna be getting 498,000 armor on kill, so which is a pretty nice amount of armor on kill. And then the last bonus that you can get from this gear set is by equipping 4-piece. You get the Apex Predator. Enemy within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. So we are using an SMG, we're gonna be getting close to the enemies to hit them hard. We're gonna get another 20% amplified damage. Now after you kill a debuff enemy with your weapon, disorientates other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So you can get another potential 25% amplified damage to the build. Now for this gear set, we're gonna have on the build the mask, the gloves, the knee pads, and also the holster. Now for the most part, all of them I'm trying to get critical hit damage on the attribute and core attribute armor. For the last piece we have the backpack and the chest piece. On the chest piece we have the A Sokolov Concern. By equipping one of Sokolov Concern, you get a 10% SMG damage. The core attribute in here is going to be weapon damage, and then attributes we want to go for critical chance and critical hit damage. Pretty simple. The mods on all of the 3 mods that I have on the build will be critical hit damage. The talent on the chest piece will be obliterated. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 25 times. So we can get a 25% weapon damage on this talent on the chest piece, because we're gonna be critting a lot and shooting fast with this SMG. We can get that 25% weapon damage pretty easy. Last but not least, on the backpack we have a golem gear. This brand set will give you a 10% status effect by equipping one of them, and then the core attribute comes naturally armor, and I did leave that in there because I'm trying to be a little bit tanky on this build. The attribute will be critical chance and critical damage is what you want to go for. The talent has perfectly wicked. Now this one is actually a named item, that's why I have the perfect wicked, but you could go with just a wicked talent, which is going to be doing the same damage but for less time. So what the perfect wicked does is implying a status effect, increase total weapon damage by 18% for 27 seconds. Just the regular wicked will give you 18% weapon damage but only for 20 seconds. So that's the difference between the perfectly wicked and the normal wicked. Now as the skills, I am using the Crusader Ballistic Shield, which is one of the most used skill in the game as of right now, and for the return and new players, you gotta know that this is one of the best, I guess, a really helpful way of surviving in this game. A lot of people hate it, but it is what it is. This is what we have on the game, and this is what people use the most. Personally, I don't use it a lot, but I use it from time to time. And then the second skill that I am using is the Striker Drone, one of my most used skill in the game because I like it a lot for what you can do from it. Not the damage though, but taking the enemy's aggro from you. It keeps the enemies busy, and also it comes handy with some little bit of damage. Now to wrap up the build, taking a look at the stats. So for this Dark Winter weapon we have 71,000 weapon damage, and for critical chance we have 54.6% critical chance. The cap is 60 though if you're a new player, and then the critical damage we have 142.3% critical hit damage. So yeah guys, that's the Dark Winter, one of the coolest SMG that you can get in the game for the looks, and also it performs really well, right? So this was one of my perfect drop that I got way back on season 1, and right now in the game with the season 5, new and return players have this awesome opportunity of getting many of the stuff that they missed back then. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys new to the game, or you guys return players, and how many veterans are in my comments right now? So let me know all of that in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video by hitting that like. If you're new, subscribe for more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.